I'm going to talk very quickly about why a lot of businesses and projects go broke when they think they're doing awesome. All right, so we've got lots of work, but we're losing money. Please explain. And this happens more in competitive markets where margins are reduced, or competitive times, so in a depressed economy when everyone's fighting for work. Situation. I'm going for this big tender, and it's not going to be very big, so I'm going to use small numbers here. But for me, it's huge. And I've worked out that the costs of me tendering or doing the works are going to be $100,000. It's a pretty competitive market, right? So if I ask for $1 million as my price, okay, so this is my cost, as my price, I'm not going to get it. If you want to know the difference in price and cost, please look at the video called Price versus Cost, because that explains in a nutshell. But if I want to set my price too high, I'm not going to get the job. So I'm going to say, look, I'm going to make 10% profit. That's good. So my price is going to be $110,000. Price, and we'll go blue again. That's the cost of me doing it. Have I made money here? Well, yeah, obviously you have. You've made $10,000 because the difference between these two. But have I really made money? Not even a trick question. In most cases, the answer may actually be no. When we look at costs, most of us just calculate our direct costs. In project management, we grab the work breakdown structure and we say, cool, this is all the things we need to do the work. And we add them all up and say, all right, it's going to cost us this much to do the work, $100,000, that becomes our cost, and this becomes our markup. Anyone else see an issue here? It's a video and I'm talking to myself, I get it, cool. Right, the issue is that we're not considering our indirect costs. And the direct costs are basically, look, if I wasn't doing this job, I wouldn't have to pay for this stuff. The indirect costs are costs related to me running my business. So I've got things like insurances, I've got things like overheads, administration staff, electricity bills, parking, building costs, rent, all that sort of stuff that, whilst I can't specifically identify it here, without paying this stuff, I can't run this business. And what happens is, if we just price on direct costs alone, and we're doing lots of these little things, okay, usually our indirect costs are actually going up, but no one job is actually taking the hit for it. So often what happens is, it looks like we're making money, we're making $10,000 on this job, but if we do one job a year, we've got insurances of $1,000, we've got overheads of $10,000, we've got rent of $50,000. If we just do that one job per year and price it as that, we actually look at our direct cost, which was this line, plus our indirect costs. Okay, so let's call this total cost. And quick maths, that's $61,000. So our actual cost for doing this job would be this. Our price would be that. No points for guessing. If the green line is lower than the red line, it's not a good thing. So we actually lose money on this job, $51,000. If we repeat this across our projects, you can see how we lose money very, very quickly. So, when we're pricing for things, and there's no correct way to do this, try and work out how you're going to factor the indirect costs into each of your proposals. Quick ratios, sometimes the quickest. Look, we do 10 jobs a year, let's divide this by 10 and add that onto here. And then we've got our total costs here. So we'll add 1/10 of that on there. Then work out what margin you want to get on top of that. Okay, so the equation should be direct plus indirect. And this could be a proportional ratio, should be your total costs, and then your markup should be based on your total costs. hopefully that's helped, and in the future, we won't lose money when we think we're actually getting them. Cool, kids. Have fun.